Hi everyone, it's Christina and I am back again with day 23, so it's Countdown to Christmas Day 23, and I am going to try my hardest to get this album done before this video is over. Okay, so we kind of decided what we were going to do yesterday on the backs, or what I was going to do. So I have everything taped up and ready to go, and in the pockets on the front, so I'm just going to put that in place. And I decided to put this right up here along the top edge. And then I left where, well, I thought I did, where it could slide under. Oh, not the picture. Yeah. It's going to be the tight fit, but it can slide under right there. Put it down and get this in place. I'm going to angle this one a little because y'all know how I am. I like those angles. I think it gives some interest to the page. Okay, I'm going to put my grandpa down, and then I'm going to see about the brads. I'm going to be able to do the brads. Okay. I think I can. I think I'll put a brad right in this upper corner. And in this upper corner right here. So that it looks like the brads are holding it to this wood, to the wood paper. Okay, turn my brad so I know that my backs aren't going to show. Lift my tape up a little. I'm going to do the same over here. Turn it so that my ends won't show. Lift my tape up just a little. Okay, now I'm going to take just a little bit of tape and go right over that brad, the back of the brad, on both of them. That way I know that they will stay down. Just gives me some extra little peace of mind about that. Alright. Now we're going to put this down. And I'm going to put it right here. Not quite centered, but close. Okay, and that's that page. Okay, and on this one, I'm just going to do two photo mats. One is a 6x4, 6 1/4, I'm sorry. And the other is a 4 1/4. So it's 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 for a 6x4 photo. And it's going to go right here. And then this one is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 for a 3x5 photo. Because a lot of times if you do have the 6x4 and you don't have enough room for anything but the 5x3. You can cut a lot of that background out. Find a photo that you can just cut some background out of, and it horrified me when I first started scrapbooking to cut my photos. Now, not a problem. I'll cut you out. I'll crop you out. I have a t-shirt that is with a scrapbooking group that I sometimes go on crops with, and the back of it front of it says Sassy Scrappin' Sisters, and the back of it says, "Don't make me crop you." And when we go to retreats, not retreats like I don't go to the long weekend retreats. With my 2 back surgeries, I don't sleep very well, so, and I sure don't sleep laying flat. So I don't go to the weekend retreats. But I'll go like to a day, a day crop with them or something, and I'm doing just this because I really like this paper and I don't want to really mess it up. My dad used to have an old truck like this, and he and Stephen used to get on the tractor. Of course, Daddy's wasn't cabbed. And then Stephen has helped with the cutting of firewood. My dad loves to read. Of course, I've never seen him in a rocking chair. Danny and I and Stephen bought him one, and my mama one for their porch one year for Christmas. We bought my mother-in-law and father-in-law one too. Okay, so here's the back of, we got to do our front. I didn't put this down because I wanted to put the brad, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put I think I'm going to put 2 brads. Okay, so I'm going to come down here with my little pointy tool, stick me another hole, and put me in another brad. When you do this before you mat it, it's not going through all of it. You're hiding it. The brad isn't going to stop the tag from going through here, and it just kind of hides the back of the brad. Which is why when I generally use brads, I tend to put them on something I'm matting. Unless I do them at the last minute and decide, I really would like to have a brad here, and would have already put this paper down, but no, I would have just gone ahead and put it all the way through. Alright. Believe it or not, I'm almost done, so I can start wrapping all my gifts. I got Brianna's to match the one I made for Rachel. But it's cut out. I just got to put it together because I cut it out when I cut out the one I made for my niece. The tag one that I did for the Scrapbooking With Me Boutique 12 Days of Christmas YouTube hop. There's that. And on this one, I decided I was going to do that with a brad right here. But I'm thinking I might need to more center this and do a brad on either side. Let's see, make sure my pocket brad is still over here. Okay, I'm going to have to get another brad out if I do that. Alright, so we're just going to do one side. And I'll show y'all how I did these angles on this. Let me just get this brad in. Okay, get a scrap piece of paper and I'll show y'all what I did. Okay, what I did was I laid it at the angle I wanted my paper to lay, and then I just went right here at the corner and made me a line. And you can do that on the back. I just made me a little dot right here at the edge on both sides. Then I lined this up in my cutter. So that allowed me to get the slight angle that I needed. And then the top one, I just laid it on top of it and cut it. Okay. Okay, so let's get this on. See, I want that grandpa down there to show. So I think I'm going to put this about right here, making sure I am pretty much, that's on the wrong side. Oh well, I'll move my photo over some, like that. I like how this gives that just a little something extra for decoration, and I just used the paper to build up and make me a little embellishment thing. Okay, so here are our pages. Now we're going to go back to the book and do the inside. Okay, so I made the decision to use the same paper that I used on the outside on the inside. You don't have to. I don't have any of the pattern paper left, so that's why I chose to do this. If I'd have had 2 sheets of the pattern paper left, I probably would have used it to mat the inside. But like I said, there was only like 8 sheets of paper. Okay. Okay, now you can take your bone folder or the other one that I had that I can't find that goes to my newer book, and just go right here, because you have plenty of tape on the back of this. So you can sit here and kind of crease it inside there, and that's kind of like giving it a score line. Or you can use a tool like this, anything that'll get you in that crease and get that tape right there down. Okay, see what I mean? I did a whole full inch because I wanted to make sure I didn't have it pop up. And you don't want to go all the way to your binding. You just want to cover this, because if not, it's not going to shut and your binding won't fold correctly. Okay, make sure that I got my full inch of tape on this side, but I got to be careful, because remember, I got off a little when I was pulling my papers. I got off just a hair. want to make sure that I'm not going over, even if I have to kind of angle the paper just a little. I don't want to go over my top. Okay. Okay. I'm also going to score this down. Burnish this down real good. Just definitely make sure this doesn't come up. And I don't use the pointed end for this because that right there, I didn't want to do that. I don't have any more paper. So that'll just have to be there, and I may have to do something else to hide that. Alright, next, I should have done it before I did this. Well, I had planned on putting some ribbon right here, but I went ahead and put that down. So, let me see what I'm going to do. I planned to flip it over and put it under that paper, but I think what I'm going to do is just put it toward the bottom like that. Just something to hide that seam. I'll think about that. I'll think about it. Okay, so let me get that out of the way. Hope I haven't been in the video the whole time. I keep forgetting to do that because with the phone I don't have to. Okay. So I have some. I didn't score them. These are supposed to be pockets, and I didn't score them. Okay, let me see. And I already taped them. Score on the 1/2 inch on the 2 outer sides. I'm going to tell you what, this scoreboard is a great investment. Any of them. I mean, just getting a scoreboard is a great investment if you're wanting to do mini albums. Now, why did I tape all that? Oh, well. Oh. I'm going to have to recut my pockets. Sorry, y'all. I was getting tape happy earlier today and earlier this morning. Let's see. What do I have that I could cut my pockets out of? That's big enough. Sorry, I'm going through my scraps looking to see what I could cut my pockets out of. I guess it's going to have to be this because it's all I've got. Okay, so if I do 4.5 inches by however wide this is. Flip it over to 4.5 inches. That'll give me a 4-inch pocket. Okay, now I'm going to cut this paper, score this paper on these 2 sides. Which works out fine for that one. But not this one. No, not so good on this one. I'm going to have to score here and here. You want to make sure you have your pockets going in the right direction. Okay. Oh, let's put it backwards. it goes instead of just setting it to the side. That's how my room gets so messy. I just set everything to the side. Okay, now I think I have our pockets down. If you watch me, you know that I sure don't do a project without making a mistake. Or two. Or three. Sometimes I scrap the whole project because I just don't like it. I made a photo album one time for mine and Danny's great niece when she got married, and I almost didn't mail it. And I thought, no, just because I don't like it doesn't mean someone else won't. But I had not followed any tutorial. I had just made it up in my head as I went. And okay, so this will go right here. And it will hold a tag. A big tag. But I think I'm going to add a magnet to each pocket just to make sure it's nice and secure. Ah, here it is. I'm telling y'all, I am. The older I get, the more I realize that I would lose my head if it was not attached to my body. Alright, let's burnish this down pretty good. Burnish that corner too. My magnet. There's so many magnets in this album that you better not go through security anywhere in the airport, because it would be setting off alarms. It's a good thing my daddy don't fly. He hasn't been on an airplane since he got out of the Navy. Since he retired. Well, that wind is just a-blowing out there. We have storms coming in. We were ice cold last weekend. And this weekend, when it's Christmas, we're going to be having thunderstorms and lightning. Okay, so I didn't angle this one. And then my other paper's not going to fit behind it. So I'm just going to put this on it. My brad. It kind of blends in with it. I don't really like that, but I don't have a lot of paper left, so none of the other pieces were big enough. You know what? I am going to angle that. I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to go along the line that's in this. Right there. Give it a little angle. Okay, then I'm going to kind of center this. And then when my mat is in there, or my tag is in there, Alright, why do you not want to go? There we go. Then you can see my pocket. Okay. And then I have a pocket for the back. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut, like I did this one, right there against that mark. Oops. It ain't gonna stick to the other side, is it? Alright. Burnish this tape down. Oh my goodness, there was something I wanted to tell you and I totally forgot what it was. Maybe I'll remember it later. Maybe I'll remember to write it down later when I remember it so I can tell y'all what it was. Okay. So I have my other pocket here, and I didn't have a decoration for it other than I had a mat cut for it, but that won't work now. So I need to find some type of decoration to go on it. Let's see if I could cut this. Oh. Guess I don't know what I was thinking. Nope. Let me see. I have some of this. If I angle it, that'll work. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Measure that. And get my cutting board back out. Okay, come on. Timmy, I saw you earlier. Well, I guess he wants to hide again. There he is. Okay. So, we need this to be 3 1/4 inches. And I already know it's the right height. Let's get our little cutter out. Get to 3 1/4 inches. Okay, now I'm just going to tuck that under like that against my edges. Normally I would do this before I put my tag down, but this is how I get my edges to match, my angles. Okay. Oh. I don't know why I didn't have tape here, because that's one of the pieces I had miscut in the beginning. Okay. Ooh, I like that. That looks good. Okay, now, before we attach our pages, besides the fact that you need to play with those, which I told you already, we've got to apply some tape, but you don't want to go all the way to the bottom, because if you do, you are not going to be able to turn your pages very nicely. And you can do this before you attach your binding. And remember, the first video has Kathy Orta's Hidden Hinge Binding YouTube video link on it in the description. Alright. Burnish our tape. And I probably should have already had this done, but y'all needed to see it anyway. And this is going to help us, like when I'm burnishing, make this more, the fibers and the papers and the paper more relaxed, where it'll bend. Alright, now we're going to start attaching our pages. Let me get them out. Okay. Here is where you have to be super duper careful. And I'm talking to myself, because I have done this. I have put my pages upside down. So all I'm going to do is remove my tape, backing from both sides of the first hinge. I have the one that I want to be my first page here. So I'm going to just open this up a little so that I can get it over the, insert the hinge. Okay, now I'm going to burnish. See, I didn't go all the way down. I left a little bit of space there on both sides so that I can easily do that. And as I go, I'm going to go ahead and put my tags in that I made. No, I'm not, because I'm going to have to cut them shorter. I didn't realize how big that hinge would be. Alright, so those are going to have to be cut. Was a good idea, it just isn't going to work. Okay. So, here is our next one. This is wanting to come up. So, I'm going to give it a good burnish. I don't think I did that. Okay, now, the next page I want it to be this one, where Stephen's going to write a note. Oh, and I went in and I angled my corners. You can do that before you put it down. It's actually easier. I don't know if I had done that before or not. I don't think I did. Alright. Make sure our pages sort of line up. Okay. Now on to the next one. Once you get this hidden hinge down, it's super simple, and it makes for a really nice little scrapbook, little mini album, especially if you're using the chipboard. Okay, last page, then I can cut down my mats a little and be done. Oh, I got to do the front, don't I? And make the band. Okay, let's see. Okay. There's our album. And we could do several different things. We could put a little hasp here, you know, with some chain or something. But I think I'm just going to make a belly band. So I'm going to take some of this. Oh, I'm not going to take that. Nope, that's not. Let's see, I may have to take some of that. Take this, and I'm going to cut this to mat that, but I'm going to have to get some elastic right quick, and I'm not sure where I put it. So we may not do that kind of a closure. Let's see. What can we do? I think I made my spine a little too big. But it had to fit this. Alright, let me get out my stuff and we'll see if we can't find us a way to close this up. Alright, let's see. This, and if I had overlapped it, I could have used this, but I didn't overlap it. So, I kind of can't use this. I don't think that's going to look pretty good right there. I don't think that's going to fit. No, that won't work. Let's put that aside. Let's look here. Just about I'm going to have to use some chain. I don't have to use chain. I can make one with twine because I don't want it to pop off. I have this that I could hide under something. I really should have had this planned out before I did the front, but I had planned on doing the belly band. Alright, let me find like these two gears, maybe. Let's see if I take that gear and put that over it. I don't want a smooth edge though. That will give me a place to wrap some twine. Yeah, okay. And then we'll do the same in the back. And get another little gear out. It doesn't have stuff on the sides. Okay. Alright, so my plan is to make a little banner out of twine and run this. Oh, after I cut them. These are the stickers that came with it, and I just cut me out some paper so that I can make a little banner. So I know my gear is going to have to go under my banner, depending on how I do my banner. Okay. So I am going to put a knot so that it looks like, not because it's going to slide out, because nothing's going to be on it, but I mean it's going to be taped over it, but so that it looks like it is knotted around something. Okay, and we're going to glue that right there. See if I have any glossy accent left. See if I can get into my glossy accents. It dries up so bad. Okay, Glossy Accents makes a really nice glue, as well as a glossy to go over stuff. This is what I used before I started using the other. Okay, so let's see. This is about right. No, I cut it too short, I think. Yep. So we're going to start over. I know this video is pretty long. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm going to put this down on this side first. And then I will trim up my little hanging piece in a little while. Okay. The top on that for just a minute. We're not done with it, but I forgot to get the rest of these cut. That one didn't cut right. So it's not going to look right. Well. No, that's not okay. I do not like that. So I'm going to trim off some of this. See if I can get that looking a little bit nicer. Ah, this is so tricky there. A little too close to the D, but it makes my point look like a point. Okay. I am going to put me some tape on the back. And I'm just going to do it like this, because I may go over the front of these with glossy accent since I have it out. I didn't cut that one. I'm not being real precise with my banner simply because I want it to kind of look like it came from a child. That's kind of the look I'm going for with it. I don't know if y'all can hear that wind out there, but it's a-blowing. Okay. Alright, now something I like to do is I like to go ahead and spell it out so that I know when I pick them up that they are in the right order. Okay, now, let's see. If I do that, down here and cut it, knot it. Let's do one more so it's a really good big knot that you can see. Alright, so basically this is going to be held down by these and this art glitter glue. Not art glitter glue, I'm sorry, glossy accents. Okay, and I should have done this before I put my pages in, but I didn't. Okay, so we're just going to come up here. We're going to kind of pull it down. I don't know if can y'all see me do this. Thinking I should have spaced them a little further apart. Maybe not. Maybe so. Just a little bit further apart would have been better. See if I can't tighten this up just a little bit. Put it back down. This poor piece is going to have so much glue right here in this one corner. Okay. Now, get my gear down, my bottom gear. Okay, then I just want to put my top gear and just glue it to this piece right there. Get this off of it. No, I want to put this one on the front. Okay. I'm just going to let this rest right there because I don't want to glue the whole thing because I need to have room to wrap. Dang, that one's a-going. Okay, I'm going to set something heavy on that. Kind of hold it in place. And I'm going to go ahead and start glossy accenting this. And I'm just wanting to do the letters. You know what? Yeah, I just want to do the letters. Thought maybe I'd go back and do the whole banner, but I don't think I want to. I just want to do this right here. And of course, you can buy the glossy accents at, guess where? Scrapbooking with Me Boutique on Facebook or scrapbookingwithme.com. I think the website store carries it also. I'm just not positive on that. And it takes a while for this stuff to dry. So, me move all of this over. Figure out how far that is without messing up my glue. Okay, the top of it is going to be about 4 1/4 from the bottom, so Put that right there. Okay, so I measured to see, and it's about 4 1/4 to the top of the thing. So, hold on, let me measure this and see. This is going to go on a bigger one. So that's where I want the top of this one. Only I'm going to tie my baker's twine around this so that I have one side that is permanently attached. Trim. And I want it to go this way. So, let's see. This to be about the 4. Okay. That's going to help hold my twine in place. And I'll just do the center here and put my other top over that. And then when it dries, I'll shut it and I'll put the baker's twine. We'll wrap from this side to this side, and it'll wrap underneath this top one without tangling on anything. Okay, now I'll have to do a walkthrough when I do my brother's video. I think I'm just going to use some washi tape. Let's see, and I know that is... And I probably have some better washi tape to use than this, but this is what I'm going to use. Okay, so... Let me see, I gotta get this off first, this ragged edge. Move that out of my way a little. Okay, so I need this washi tape to be 8 1/2. A little ruler, line it up on the 8 1/2. Pull it up. Okay, before I pull that off my mat, I'm going to put, because I haven't cleaned my art glitter glue thing yet, I'm just going to run me a little of this right here on this seam, because washi tape, is not really a permanent tape. Right, now I'm done with that. Put it back where it goes. Daddy's going to have one glittery piece. I just can't do it. I have to have at least one glitter piece. I think I had too much glossy accents down. So I'm just going to go over it. Let's see. I'm going to get that back out because I can't just go over part of it with glossy accents and not go over all of it. Find me a little line like that. Get out of my glossy accents. Well, that's the back. It's going to look a little messy. Alright. So, this has to dry. So, when I come back tonight to finish my brother's album, we will do a walkthrough of this one before. I mean, his album, his picture frame. And I will talk to y'all later because I have a lot to get done today. Alright, I'll be back later and I'll give y'all a walkthrough with this and show you how it worked out.